Ladies and gentlemen, today is March 10th. I'm Jung Lo, the owner of a Dragon House. Here we have John Ong and making another comeback. Take a hard loss on the Dragon House 23. Lost a big battle against a very game opponent. Now is making a comeback on the Dragon House 25. John, so good to have you on board. Today officially signed. You are competing on our upcoming event, Dragon House 25, April 22nd in the heart of San Francisco Kezar Pavilion. So let's rewind a little bit. First of all, I want people to know who you are and who is John Ong and where are you coming from and where are you born and raised and all the stuff.
So I'm John and I'm raised from San Francisco and I mostly grew up in the Bay Area. I went to high school in Balboa and then that's where I started doing, wrestling, and my coaches, my athletic director brought me into jiu-jitsu, and without him, I don't think I could ever start this adventure that I'm going through now. And so I started off from there, jiu-jitsu, and then going up to kickboxing and Muay Thai, and I'm here now.
So before we talk about this upcoming fight, so what do you want to achieve in the future? Because I know in MMA a lot of fighters comes and go. Guys did a couple fights and then they dropped out. Oh, I've done MMA before, lives move on. So what do you want to achieve in the future in MMA? How are you looking at yourself in the MMA industry? Are you going to be just trying to be acquaintances and just did a few fights, or you want to actually make something out of the MMA?
I want to see definitely how far I can go. Definitely keep pushing through my limits, and whatever it takes me. That's where.
Well, definitely not a whole lot of Asian guys to fight in the MMA. I mean, especially in the Bay Area, it's a little bit more Asian population, so chance be higher. But like you go to different places, there's pretty much rarely see a lot of Asian guys fighting. So I'm good to have John Ong on board, and I know your foundation is kind of like a Charles Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, training with Clint in Daly City. So now on the upcoming fight, you're against a very, very tough, talented opponent. Brian Shansky. So what do you know about Brian Shansky and how's your preparation for him?
I could tell from his previous fights that he's won mostly from submission. Mm-hmm. So, I'm pretty comfortable on the ground, but my goal is to be a well-rounded fighter. So wherever he tries to take it with me, I want to know that I can take him.
So Brian Shansky is a little bit taller. I know he's probably like a 5'11". Taller, more lankier fighter, even though his background's jiu-jitsu, but he's also training in Pacific Ring Sport. It's a training with the Muay Thai team, so I'm assuming he probably come up with some stand-up game too. This fight, since one of your guys will still have less than 3 bouts, so the fight will be still maintained 3 2-minute rounds. The round will be shorter. So what's your game plan coming into this fight, like your training preparation-wise? How do you prepare for Brian Shansky?
Well, definitely I want to get my cardio. I want to be ready to go 120% for all 3 rounds. And, like what they said in the last fight, the feeling out game shouldn't be long because it's only 3 2-minute rounds.
But it feels a lot longer when you're in there, right?
Yeah.
So I know the last fight, you have a very tough fight against Jordan Mapa. So what's your thought? You coming a really tough loss on the last one. What do you learn from the last fight?
First, much respect to Jordan. He's a really great fighter, and what I learned is that I should focus on my strengths. I try to strike with someone who's been doing striking his whole life, but that's no excuse. He was a great fighter, and what's done is done. So
what you're trying to say, basically, if you have a game plan to plan out for the fight, you should stick with it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people funny though, once you get in the cage and the spotlight, the crowds, and then sometimes you lost focus and like you plan to do that and then you all of a sudden just go with the flow, whatever other people want to do, and it become you fighting your opponent's fight, not your fight. So interesting, because I know Brian Shansky just got his purple belt, and then you also just got your purple belt on the Charles Gracie and Clint's Academy. So both you guys are pretty equally on the ground. So more like it's going to be see how this fight's going to take, whether you guys want to stand up or keep a stand up, or maybe you're trying to wrestle and see who got a better takedown. Now, you're fighting 145 pounds, and what do you walk around weight?
I walk around 160, 165.
So it's not like a really hard cut or anything. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, how they can reach out to you to get tickets from you to watching the fight?
You can add me on Facebook or my Instagram at It's John Ong, or you can call me on my cell phone 650-201-5902.
Okay, making sure all your friends and families, all your teammates, hopefully everyone can purchase a ticket to watching John Ong's fight. And I know every fighter's always like to have a crowd cheering for them when they do the walkout, when they celebrate the victory. So you want to shout out to anyone you want to appreciate it to, thank you, or sponsor anybody?
I want to just thank the gyms that I train at: Charles Gracie, Daly City, Bay Area Fight Academy, and Kennel.
All right, that's awesome. Last shout out, anything you want to say to all the MMA fight fans out there in the Bay?
Come to the show. There's going to be a lot of great fights. 20 fights. It's breaking. Even the tickets are pretty cheap to watch this many fights, and everyone's going to be out there. It'll be fun. Well,
Dragon House 25, April 22nd. It's a huge stack card. We're shooting for 20 fights on that night. 6 amateur, 14 professional fights. Looking at 3 female fights on the card and 2 title fights as well. It's a huge stack card. Anyone for more information about the Dragon House fight card layout, check out dragonhousemma.com. All the fights up there. And then also this fight will be a live stream pay-per-view nationwide. Anywhere, anyone can order it online. The pay-per-view information is also on the dragonhousemma.com. And we have some tickets out on sale right now, a little percentage off into March 15th. So 5 more days people can get online ticket sale, a little discount. After that, no more discount. But support your local fighter, call John Ong, get some ticket from him so he can get credit for it, and then draw a big crowd supporting each local fighters out there. Anything else you want to shout out to?
I think good.
All right, look forward to see this young man put up another outstanding performance. Dragon House 25, April 22nd. See you guys out there. Thank you.